What is up, guys? Doomwake here. Welcome to another modern video on the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the video. Today, I'm going to be bringing you something a little bit different. This is actually a deck list that I found from Giglio MTG. I believe their Twitter handle is Giglio MTG, and I think that is also their Twitch handle. And they have brought to me, or I guess brought to the world, a red-green Delirium deck. So we have a lot of similar elements that you find in the blue-red Dragon's Rage Channeler Murktide decks. We have DRC, Ragavan, Bolt, Unholy Heat, Mishra's Bauble. But we're choosing to go about the supporting cast in a slightly different manner. So we have, we're an Urza Saga deck, so we have access to Urza Saga, which I'm sure you've seen before, and then the powerful, a little sort of toolbox package here. Shadow Spear, which I definitely don't want to leave home without when I'm playing Urza Saga. Pirate Spellbomb, which is nice to have access to when you're playing red, because you can kill protection from red creatures. Also, just Saga being a removal spell is pretty good. And then Soul Guide Lantern for the additional Graveyard Hate, or Graveyard Hate versus opposing DRC decks like that. Sometimes Living End, you can get them like that. And then we're also choosing to play a card that has seen some modern play before, but kind of has fallen out of favor as of recent, with recent printings and stuff, and that's Traverse the Ulvenwald. So, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's search for a basic land, put it in your hand. However, that's not what we're playing the card for. If you have Delirium, you can search for any creature or land card. So you can get any creature or any non-basic land, which means it also finds Urza Saga. So, as long as you can enable Delirium, which this deck does a very good job of, because we have Urza Saga for enchantments, Bauble for artifacts, Wrenn for planeswalkers, and then we have a smattering of, creatures, instants, sorceries, and traverse. So this deck can get Delirium pretty quickly, especially when you start triggering Channeler. So Traverse just opens up this whole new world of having access to being able to get Saga, which is awesome. And then also you get to play a toolbox package, which is what you see over here on the right. We have one Fury, one Endurance, one Klothys, God of Destiny, one Season Pyromancer, one Bone Crusher Giant. And these cards are like all really good at different stages of the game, and normally cards that you see in 4 of in other decks, like the Rhinos deck plays 4 Fury, some of the Ponza decks play 4 Season Pyromancer, Bone Crusher Giant, also a fixture of the Rhinos deck. Klothys you'll see in small numbers in Ponza, and you'll notice a lot of these decks usually play 3-4 copies of those cards. We can get away with playing 1 of each because we're playing Traverse the Ulvenwald, which sort of means that we have 5 copies of each of them anyways. So we get a really good amount of added utility while not having to sort of clog our deck with a bunch of situational clunky cards that may or may not be good in certain situations. We just have access to as many copies as we want because of the Traverse package. Notably, Traverse with Fury is also really sick because it's a free spell. So just being able to traverse for a free spell is really awesome. Same with Endurance. And then, Bone Crusher Giant traversing for another removal spell is really good. It's a 2-for-1. So yeah, the Traverse package is really, really cool, and I'm, really, really impressed at how this deck kind of looks. And then we got some 2-mana threats here, Wrenn and 6 Tarmogoyf. Wrenn and 6 were notably very, very good with Urza Saga, because Urza Saga dies on Chapter 3. You can Wrenn and 6 to kind of get the loop going. And then Tarmogoyf, just a really powerful 2-mana play when we have this many types and we're, consistently enabling Delirium. Ideally, Goyf's going to be, a 4-5 or a 5-6 on turn 3 most of the time in this deck. So that's a, pretty good threat to sort of, I guess in the blue-red deck, they have Murktide Region as their threat of choice. That's kind of our Murktide Region because we're not playing blue. And then the mana base, there's a whole bunch of differing fetch lands, just, changing the names on fetches to get around Pithing Needle and things like that. 4 Foothills, 4 Sagas, 3 Stomping Grounds. And then we got 1 Fiery Islet to go along with our Wrenn and 6, along with a Yavimaya. So you can go turn 1... Yavimaya plays really well with Saga because Saga doesn't tap for colored mana, so it can help you, if you want to play Saga on 2, you can then potentially double spell using the Saga for green on turn 3. That's what it's there for mostly. So that's pretty much the main deck. Sideboard, we got some Alpine Moons for Urza Saga, Run Afoul for Murktide Region, Engineered Explosives for Urza Saga, as well as, Hammer Time, Death Shadow, Prowess, things like that. We got a Force of Vigor and an Ancient Grudge. Again, more Urza Saga hate. Kozilek's Return for protection from red creatures like Sanctifier and Vec, Auriok Champion. Also just pretty good against most of what Hammer Time's doing. We got a Pithing Needle in the sideboard to be able to search for off of Saga against Planeswalkers, and what's the other thing I was thinking of? It's decent against Hammer Time because it shuts off Hammer when they have their Paladin draws. So I would bring it in against them as well. And then we have another sort of toolbox package over here. We have an additional copy of Fury and Endurance for when those are good. We want just access to more of that. A Foundation Breaker, so Traverse can tutor for a Disenchant. We have a Kitchen Finks for burn. And then one that I'm not 100% sure on, and this Magus of the Moon, because you usually don't see Magus of the Moon and Urza Saga in combination, which is a little weird to me. But I think maybe the theory is this deck's Tron matchup is just that bad, because we're not clocking them that quickly, and we don't have a ton of other ways to interact with lands. That being said, I am kind of, this is sort of on the chopping block, at least for me. I know Gigi said he liked it and he wanted to play one copy, but it is kind of weird to play Magus in the Urza Saga deck, so we'll have to see if there's any awkward tension there. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck list that I wanted to go over again. This really new, sweet Gruul Delirium deck, and I'm really excited to play this. So without further ado, let's get into some games. I'll see you back in just a little bit for round number 1. Alright everybody, welcome back to round number 1. Let me just resize this window here for each and every one of you so it looks a little cleaner. Alright, let's go. Round number 1, what do we got? We're on the play. We got red mana, we got green mana, I got a Ragavan, so I'm going to keep. Not going to mulligan turn 1 Ragavan on the play. The rest of our hand, not the best. Our mana's a little awkward because we don't have double red for Pyromancer. Hopefully Lightning Bolt's good against them. Can always follow it up with Tarmogoyf on turn 2. Like, ideally, they go fetch land, Bolt Ragavan. So then there's land, instant creature in the graveyard. Then we could play a 3-4 Goyf. So, even if Ragavan dies, Goyf is a decent follow-up. And definitely not going to mulligan this hand. Opponent has kept 7. We will lead on Fiery Islet. Yeah, this is sort of the downside with playing the sack lands, is when it's your first land, you have to take probably up somewhere between 3 and 4 damage off of it before you're going to sacrifice it. So, if our opponent's playing aggressive, an aggressive deck, that could prove to be a little awkward. I guess it's good with the Yavimaya because I don't actually have to take damage to play the Tarmogoyf, so that's not that bad at least. So Yavimaya does make it a little bit more palatable. Alright, opponent's got a Windswept Teeth that they are sacrificing. Basic Forest Arbor Elf. Alright, we can kill that. So why don't we go Bolt the Elf. Attack with Ragavan. Probably just going to cast Tarmogoyf this turn. Utopia Sprawl. It's kind of awkward if they have Blood Moon. Because I want to put it on this land. But let's go... I think it's worth it, because that also gives us a second red source. So let's go green, sprawl that, name red, and then we can go tap this for Tarmogoyf. So it is a bit awkward if they do Blood Moon, because we lose the Utopia Sprawl. But if I don't play the Sprawl, I'm going to be down the Sprawl anyways, so it kind of ends up being a wash if they have Blood Moon. And I guess they're just off it. Okay. I don't know if they're... I guess they could be playing Heliod because of the Windswept Teeth. I guess I should probably put them on Heliod and not Ponza? So, bring in Kozilek's Return, bring in Fury. I don't think I want Endurance against Heliod. Foundation Breaker, Force of Vigor aren't the best. Definitely want the Needle and the Explosives. Needle can name Heliod and or Walking Ballista. I have to cut 4 cards. This is tough. Sweepers are good. I think Explosives is good. I like Needle. Cut 4 cards against Heliod, huh? Maybe I can just do some trimming. Oh, I don't need the Clothis, actually, right? Yeah, I don't think I need the Clothis. I think most of the time I'm going to be tutoring for either Bonecrusher Giant or Kozilek's or excuse me, Fury. Fury's going to be the card I tutor for most with Traverse. I kind of think I still want the Pyromancer, because I could see this game, like, if you can keep them off of the combo, their deck is pretty good at kind of generating some value with Collected Company and things like that, where you kind of have to try and keep up with them on cards. Oh, we don't need the Soul Guide. Yeah, the Soul Guide can go. They're not really messing with the graveyard that much. I want the Spell Bomb. I want the Shadow Spear. Shadow Spear is actually pretty good because if they turn on Heliod, you can activate Shadow Spear to give it to have it remove Indestructible and then just Unholy Heat it. So I like the Shadow Spear for that. This might not be a good Wrenn in 6 matchup. I guess I could see shaving a Wrenn in 6. And maybe I will just cut the... I don't know. I don't know if I need the Pyromancer. Let's just try it without it. Alright, let's try this. I could also shave a Traverse, maybe, because I'm cutting down on a lot of my targets. But it is pretty good to just have more copies of Fury because of how good that card is in the matchup. I am down to keep this hand. Go fetch Ragavan on 1, or Bolt. Alright, so they are Ponza. They are confirmed Ponza and not Heliod. Which makes my sideboarding a little bit weaker, but... Let's go Stomping Ground. Yeah, let's go Stomping Ground. Again, Windswept Heath, Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl. I mean, the Windswept Heath, obviously Ponza can just play off-color green fetches, so it's not, you know, a guarantee to be Heliod, but... I feel like I've seen more Heliod around lately than Ponza, but I got duped. I got duped. Hopefully they don't have a Wrenn in 6. What's this? 3 mana. Seasoned Pyromancer. That one's also pretty good against Ragavan. They discarded a Pillage and a Stomping Ground. I think I'm probably just going to play Tarmogoyf this turn. Yeah, let's just play Tarmogoyf. Definitely can't attack with Ragavan. Not going to trade for the Elemental. Alright, so if we go to Game 3, we'll definitely change up the sideboarding a little bit, because a lot of the cards that I brought in are probably not very good against Ponza, like Kozilek's Return, Pithing Needle. Those are cards I don't think I would want against Ponza specifically. They hit a Bone Crusher Giant, which is pretty good because they can stomp the Ragavan and then just cast the 4/3 next turn. They can't attack, though. Goyf is a 3/4. So that's nice. And we have Creature Land right now. And we can instant for a 3rd type. Because I want to be able to traverse for a Goyf. You know what? I want to draw probably Mishra's Bauble. Eh. Land's not great. So I'm on Creature Land instant. Let's play the Foothills in case I want to have double burn spell available. I think I'm just not going to attack. Yeah, I'm gonna chill. I don't want to try. I'm not gonna take the race. Like 3 versus 6 is not a good race for me. Plus they have this, so I don't think that's a good race. Ugh, that's bad. That is bad. Card's very good against my deck. So let's get Stomping Ground tapped. I do think... Yeah, let's just kill the elf now. Now I probably have to start racing. Yeah, now I think I have to start racing. I imagine they'll just chump block this, but... Yeah, it's fine. Like, ideally what we can do is race with Goyf. Like, we can try to keep them off of the Klothys and just try and attack them with Tarmogoyf a bunch. Now, I don't know if that's going to work, but... Alright, exile the Bolt. So now I only have 2 types. Maybe I wasn't supposed to cast the Bolt there, but it did. It was the only way I could attack with Tarmogoyf because it turned off the Klothys. Is it Glorybringer? Oh, Fury. Yeah. Also not great, but I do get to Unholy Heat the Seasoned Pyromancer in response to grow the Goyf, which also turns off the Klothys, so, I mean, It's not bad. And now if I draw Bolt, I can attack for 8. Okay, okay. It's not 4 types yet, but Bolt that thing. I think I'm still going to save the Traverse. What did they draw? Oh, they're just fetching a tap land. The Traverse does put a 5th type in the graveyard, so it's 10 damage. So the thing is, they're going to exile my Ragavan, I think. Because I have 2 instants, 2 lands. Which means... Yeah, okay, let's just do this. I think this makes sense to me. Oh no, they already have a sorcery. Okay, this was bad. I forgot they already had a sorcery. For some reason, I forgot they had a pillage. Okay, I should have saved this. 100%. Because, like, my theory was I'm only going to have 3 types next turn anyways, because they're just going to exile my creature. But I thought that... for some reason, I thought they didn't have a sorcery. So I thought that the Traverse was going to be plus 2 more damage. I just forgot about the pillage. Okay, that's fine. They're not... So doing that instead of playing Bone Crusher Giant? So they're just going to take 10? Okay. Huh. I think they were supposed to play Bone Crusher and Jump Block. I feel like we're somehow going to beat this Clothis. I did not think we were going to win this game. Oh, because the Blood Moon put an enchantment in the graveyard. Yeah, I feel like that was a mistake from them. I feel like they were not supposed to cast that Blood Moon. Although, I mean, if they play Bone Crusher, they just have to Chump Block, so it's not great anyways, right? I don't know. They also have Seasoned Pyromancer to not die, but I can play Explosives. That's why I sandbagged the Explosives, because now I can just play it on 0, and then go to attacks. So that's why I didn't want to play this. I give them more information. And if they have, if all they have is Pyromancer, they should be dead. Alright, looks like they are dead. Alright, pop Explosives. Yeah, I did not expect to win that game. I think I liked the way I played, mostly with the exception of casting that Traverse. I think that was kind of bad. I just blanked and forgot they already had a sorcery, but yeah, that was a weird game. I mean, Tarmogoyf notoriously is very good against Ponza because they just can't kill it, but... so anyways, 1-0, the superior Gruul deck, obviously. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 2. Alrighty, YouTube, we're back here for round number 2. What do we got? We have a removal spell, a Goyf, a Bauble. Yeah, this hand seems pretty good. Our opponent revealed the Lurrus. So, worth keeping in mind, is it a DRC deck or a Hammer Time deck? Appears to be neither. Maybe Burn? Okay, Burn. I don't know if Burn's a good matchup. They revealed Ragavan. So, I think my best plan is to go Unholy Heat the Goblin Guide and into Tarmogoyf. I'm considering taking an extra 2 from the guide in case they have Eidolon, because it's an enchantment for my Goyf, which makes it a little bit bigger. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Bauble. I'm going to Bauble them to see what's on top, and if they have the Eidolon on top, then maybe I'll make a different play. They have a Vantage on top. Okay. I don't know why this window is so big. Vantage on top. Okay, let's just go Stomping Ground untapped. There's no point in playing the Fiery Islet because I'm going to end up taking 2 from the Islet because I have to tap it on turn 1 and then also tap it on turn 2. So I might as well play the Stomping Ground first, so it's 2 damage either way, but I can also just draw a basic to cast the Goyf. So I think it's better to do it this way. Alright, let's see what we hit off Guide. We have another Ragavan on top. Alright, no effects. I'm just going to heat the Goblin Guide. It does mean my Goyf is a little bit smaller, but... Because right now it's instant artifact creature, and then fetch land would make it a 4/5. Well, plus sorcery, okay. So I have a 4/5 Goyf without a land. I definitely gotta play Goyf. They have 3 cards and I'm at 11. Yeah, I don't love our spot here. Don't love our spot. I think if I was in the play, I'd be in a much, much, much better position. I mean, that's kind of just kind of how it goes against Burn, but Bobble is not what I wanted to draw. So I can go Pyrite Spellbomb, shoot the Eidolon, have a 5/6 Goyf, and then just try to race. Could go Traverse for a basic and then Spellbomb, but then I take 5 damage and go to 6. I think I'm in a bad spot no matter what. I think I just have to cast the Spellbomb, take 2 from the Eidolon, probably shoot the Eidolon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have a winning line. I feel like all of my lines are not great. I'm going to shoot it now so I can play the Bobble. I think I might just have to attack. I guess I can see what their top card is. They missed the land drops. They have all spells. They have a Bolt on top. I just don't see how I'm winning this game by not attacking. 5, 10. Yeah, I don't know. I assume I'm just dead. Dead to 2 1-mana spells, which we know they have a Bolt on top. But if I don't attack, they're at 18. They just pass, end step, cast their 2 spells, and then I probably still lose anyways, so. Don't think I have any outs. Alright, we're dead. We are dead. Yeah, Burn seems like a rough matchup for this particular deck. We got a Finks. We got some EEs. Probably a Fury, because I want some free interaction against them. I don't want the Soul Guide. Wrenn 6 does not seem like where I want to be against them. I don't know if I want to cut all of them, but it seems really slow. I want to keep all of my 1-mana spells. I want to keep all of my removal, all my Goyfs. I like the Finks. The Endurance may not be great. I like the Clothis, I like the Pyro, I like the Bone Crusher, I like these, and I like these. So maybe just one Wrenn 6, because that's the only thing I have left. Alright, let's do that. Endurance, you could maybe sell me on Endurance just being like a 3/4 blocker, because a 3/4 is pretty good against Burn, but it's also a 3-mana play. It's just kind of slow. You have to be way more aggressive than that against Burn. Well, the Zand does interact early and often. Is it good? I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I think this hand may be a mulligan. Maybe Giglio will watch this video and yell at me for keeping this hand, but I think it's decent. I guess I was supposed to bobble main phase, huh? So what I think I can do is respond to the Goblin Guide trigger and bobble myself. It's an Urza Saga. Okay, so now we let the Guide trigger resolve and then just kill it. Can I get a mountain? Yeah, I can get a mountain. I don't see why not. I got a Stomping Ground for green mana. Draw a card of the Wrenn. Ooh. Change of plans. I'm gonna play a 4/5. Change of plans. That was a good draw. That was a really, really good draw. Now we got 2 bolts and a Ragavan. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. Especially if they cast an Eidolon this turn. I'm just going to kill it and 5 them. My Gwef's going to be huge. Because they could have Path. I think what I'm going to do is go Saga dash Ragavan. And then see what they do. Hold up Bolt. Alright, they have Searing Blaze, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like Searing Blaze. Yep. Alright, 4. So they go to 15. We do have 2 bolts. Who's the burn deck now? Okay, we can kill that. We can also Shadow Spear up the Goyf. Maybe I was supposed to play Saga... No, I couldn't play Saga on turn 2. The only way that I could have played Saga on turn 2 is if I had Shocked. If I had Shocked on turn 1 to kill the Bolt, to kill the Goblin Guy, then I could have played Saga Goyf on 2. But I don't know if that's better. Alright, they got a Rift Bolt. I'm gonna go draw, channeler, trigger, play mountain, play channeler, hold up Saga. They may or may not kill the channeler, which I think I would prefer them to kill the channeler. I don't think they're going to, but... bolting me. Alright. Maybe they have Skullcrack. But we have lethal with the bolt. Sunbait Canyon, draw card. Yeah, like we just have lethal with the Goyf plus the channeler plus the bolt. Actually, I don't even need the bolt. I just go Saga, Saga, and then get an artifact, right? Yeah, I just have lethal in play without the bolt. So we can go make a token. I guess they probably have path, right? We're going to do something while I'm tapped out. No. I wonder if they boarded in Deflecting Palm. I don't know if I can afford to play around Deflecting Palm. Make a token. I'm just debating if I want to attack and fire off the bolt, or if I just want to try and equip the Shadow Spear. Interesting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, you know what I could do? I think the Pyrite Spellbomb is actually... because the Pyrite Spellbomb forces them to cast a removal spell in combat. I mean, it's worse if they have Path, right? But I think I'm winning if they have Path. I'm going to get the Pyrite Spellbomb. And then I'm just going to play my land and go to attacks. See what they do. Alright, that's lethal. Do they have the Deflecting Palm? They did bring it in. 3, 6. Oh, but we still have lethal. Because they target the Goyf, they take 6, they go to 5, and then we have Bolt plus Spellbomb. That's why I did that. Right. I knew there was a reason I got the Spellbomb. Okay. Yeah, okay. I knew there was a reason I did that. I knew there was a reason I did that. Upstairs. Alright. We found the line. It's like, in my head, I knew that if they had Palm for Goyf, I still had 11 damage. I was just trying to figure out like how to articulate that. Okay, we're good. Game 3. Think I like the way I sideboarded? Let's go. Run it back. Right, because that line beat Path, and Palm was the same thing. Palm is effectively the same thing as Path. Because it essentially removes the Goy from combat. So, in terms of combat damage, it was the same thing as Path. Alright, we have to win game 3 on the draw, though, which is kind of a tough sell against Burn. Well, I mean, this hand's good. Definitely going to keep it. This hand is very good. See how good their hand is. Okay. I think I'm going to kill that on turn 1. Yep. It's one of those games where you really wish you were on the play so you could just fire it off. Fire off the Ragavan. That's why play versus draw with Ragavan is just... God, it's just so important. I mean, it's one of those things that obviously play draw has always been a very, important part of Modern. But when you add a card like Ragavan to the format, it's just exacerbated by so much, Like, if play draw mattered before, it matters 100 times more now. That's kind of my theory on it. So I could double spell, or I could just play Goyf. Goyf hits harder. Well, it's actually the same amount of damage, right? No, because the sorcery goes to the graveyard. And I'm on 3 types for Channeler. If they kill the Ragavan, that's type number 4. Okay, let's actually double spell. I'm not sure if this is right, but I'm gonna try it. Maybe this was worse. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there. I guess the land makes Goyf a 5/6. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to just cast Goyf. Because they're just not gonna kill my Ragavan. They're just gonna go upstairs. Yeah. Probably should have played Goyf there. They suspended another Rift Bolt. Okay, okay. I mean, I guess Ragavan can, like, hit a Lightning Helix or something. What do we got? Actually hit the Helix, too. Okay, alright, well, cast this Helix. See if you got a Skull Crack. Don't want that. A Skull Crack? Ooh, that was nice. Alright, go. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay, I guess I'm glad I played the Ragavan. I mean, I could have just dashed the Ragavan this turn, but we might still lose. They have a Rift Bolt, and they have one card in their hand. I could have maybe played the explosives for 0 pre-combat to try and hit Delirium. I would have ended up binning the Cradle, so I wouldn't have hit Delirium, but... because we are going to be a little bit short now, even if we hit Delirium. Going to be a tad short. So, we got to figure something out here. Urza's Saga, huh? So I'm on Land Artifact Instant. I can play the Ragavan pre-combat to put a creature in the graveyard. That's where I messed up. Well, I used all my mana last turn, didn't I, to cast Helix and Goyf? So if I had played the Ragavan pre-combat last turn, I would have been able to play Helix plus Goyf. So I guess it kind of worked out the way I did it. But now what I can do is cast Ragavan pre-combat to turn on Delirium. Keep this one. And then go to combat? Yeah, attack with everything, and then I can post-combat play the explosives, even if they don't block, to prevent the Swift Spear from dealing me damage. I don't think I can beat Palm. I don't think I can play around it. It just kind of is what it is. Like, what am I going to do? Never attack with the Tarmogoyf? I have to attack. Like, if the Goyf is never attacking, I'm not going to win this game. Like, yeah, it sucks if they have Palm, but... I just don't think there's much I can do about it. Okay, so they're going to bolt me. Alright, so they take 5. Go to 4. Play Saga. Cast this for 1. So that we can kill Swift Spear. Gonna bin the Foothills. Alright, well, show me the burn spell. They get 2 looks at it. They get 1 look at a 2-mana spell, and 2 looks at a 1-mana spell, or unless they drew a land, they get another look at a 2-mana spell. What you got? Okay, step 1, brick. Just draw more creatures, please. Draw more creatures. Draw more creatures! I think I played this game pretty well. Yeah. Oof. 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 1 damage short. Opponent said that Helix, though. I agree, that Helix, though. That Helix was pretty good. That was a pretty good Helix, I will say that. What a crazy game. That's a good one to go on the YouTube. And so there was a turn where, the turn that I had where I attacked with Ragavan and hit the Helix, I could have played Ragavan pre-combat to turn on Delirium, but then I wouldn't have had 4 mana if I hit the Helix, and Helix was the best card I could have hit off of Ragavan. I would have had been able to play the Helix, but I wouldn't have played the Goyf, which would have put me a turn behind in the race, giving them another draw step. So... yeah, I think I played... basically, I took the line that played to win the game, you know? Play to win the game. That was a sweet game. So, yeah, 2-0. That was a really, really close matchup. I think that's probably going to be the case. I mean, Tarmogoyf is very good against Burn, It's just like how fast can you deploy it, and can you also stave off a lot of their early pressure. So 2-0. Hope you enjoyed the games. I'll see you back in just a little bit for round number 3. Alrighty, YouTube. Round number 3, we're 2-0. This hand's a bit awkward for a couple reasons. Well, mainly we have 2 Sagas, a Stomping Ground, and we can't cast Wrenn in 6. I don't think I can keep this hand. Man, if one of these was a fetch line, this hand would be close to perfect. Well, not close to perfect, but it'd be keepable. What's up with these double Saga hands? This hand is really reliant on Ragavan living, and that doesn't usually happen on the draw. That being said, we are on the draw. We have a lot of 1-mana spells that we can cast off of this basic mountain, so I'm going to keep and put back the second Saga. I don't really think the second Saga does much for me, because I need to find a green source to play the Goyf anyways. So I think this is fine. Okay. Could have Dismember. I think I'm still going to high roll Ragavan here. Maybe it's greedy to play the Ragavan. Maybe I'm supposed to play Channeler and look for land, assuming they can kill the Ragavan, or just play like a Matter Reshaper. They have a map on top. Okay. Do they have a Dismember? It seems like they do. They're thinking, yeah. So maybe this was a better play, and just try to find a land that way. Because I can go Channeler, Bobble, and get more looks at a land. So that might have been bad. Drew another basic mountain. It's not exactly what we're looking for. They got a power plant and looks like a Matter Reshaper. Yeah. So ideally we find green mana to play Goyf. If not, we just go Saga Channeler. I think playing Goyf is better than just going Saga Channeler. Yeah, I think this has got to be better. I'm just going to get a Forest. Actually, I should get a Stomping Ground, right? Because I might want to go Saga plus Heat plus Channeler next turn. Yeah. I think it's better to get a Stomping Ground. Because I definitely want to deploy the Saga next turn, but I also might want to double spell. So. I know they got a map. They probably have a Thought Knots here. They have a Saga. Okay. Yeah, so they're probably going to take Unholy Heat. And what do we want to draw? I guess our best draw is probably Fury? Just kill the Thought Knots here. It might be our best draw. Lightning Bolt. Not quite. Alright, Channeler, Saga. Question is, do I attack? We racing? If I attack, it's pretty bad if they have Reshaper. Although, I don't have a good block if they have Reshaper anyways, right? Because there's instant creature, artifact, land. So I can't put a 5th type in the graveyard, which means I can't eat the Reshaper regardless. So I guess my play is attack. If they double block, I'll bolt the Reshaper. If not, and they play if they play Smasher, I can just go block Thought Knots here and bolt it. Alright, they're going to chump block, which is okay with me. They reveal a Dismember. It's not great, because that kills the Goyf. They can kill the Goyf and make a Saga token. Okay. Yeah, I wish I had one more. I wish we had one more type to put in the graveyard. I mean, if they cast a Dismember, they go to 12. Maybe we can find another type with this. I mean, the Bolt is the 4th type for us, but I don't want to just fire off the Bolt on nothing. Unless they play Chalice. If they play Chalice here, then I'll just bolt them. But looks like they're going to lead on Dismember. Alright, Goyf down. Goyf down. So they got a map. 2 mana. Chalice. Alright. Oh no, it's a Ballista. Well, that's the same thing, right? Because I have 3 types. So I just bolt them now. So they can't kill my my Channeler. We can try and race them. Probably don't want that. Alright. 3-turn clock. They got a map and 2 unknowns. A map and 2 unknowns. I guess the problem is they're just going to get a thingy. The lifelink one, Basilisk Collar. So we got to find a heat. Unholy Heat would be a sicko. Oh, I thought I'd been that. I thought I put that one in the graveyard. Thought I put that one in the graveyard. You saw it. You saw me put that one in the graveyard. It definitely happened. I promise. I definitely put that in the graveyard. Yeah, so now they just color up the Thought Knots here, and I probably can't win. I guess I got like 1 or 2 more draw steps at a heat, but... I think they all play Basilisk Collar main deck. I'm pretty sure they do, yeah. So now they gain 4, go to 10. Yeah, we're on like Unholy Heat or Bust, probably. Okay. I guess they really just want to kill the Channeler. I feel like I would have just equipped the Thought Nuts here. I mean, we're empty-handed. Because now they have to bin the Ballista. Like, couldn't they just race? Equip, go to 10. Kill that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they were better off just equipping the Thought Nuts here. Because I guess now they just can't... Now they're just not attacking, right? Now they're just holding back. Which I feel like is worse if I draw Heat. I don't know. We shall see. I mean, it all comes down to whether or not we draw Heat here. Because Heat is by far the best draw in our deck. Oh. That is an interesting draw. So what am I getting with the thing? Shadow Spear, Spellbomb, Soul Guide. This is an interesting spot. Unfortunately, I don't have a needle. Because I could needle the Ballista. I mean, I think I'm supposed to just make a Saga token. What if I make a Saga token and get a Spell Bomb? And then just attack with everything? If they block with the Thought Knots here, I can let damage happen and then post-combat kill the Seer. Yeah, let's just do that. I feel like that's my best line. I mean, they can also kill the Construct here, but they can do that anyways. This thing has Death Touch. So, I think I like this line. Just get Spellbomb and shove. Yep, I like it. I like it. And this line is a lot worse if they just equip the Thought Knots here. I mean, I guess if they equip the Thought Knots here and attack, they go to 10. Then what do? They go, like, block here, shoot this, take 3. I mean, that's still good for them, right? Then they're not endangering the Thought Knots here. Like, now they probably have to... Like, can they block with this? I don't know that they can afford to block with this. But they also kind of have to kill this. So if they kill this and don't block with this, they go to 2? Okay. So they're just going to have nothing left? Because I assume they're killing the Channeler. Yeah, I feel like they put them in themselves... They feel like they put themselves in an awkward spot here. Sure. Damage. They're going to kill the Channeler. And then we're going to let damage happen, and we're going to kill their Thought Knots here. Now, what did we draw? We drew... Yeah, I guess I'll play that. Alright, go. And they didn't play a land last turn, so... Like, I don't know. I feel like we're not in the worst spot here. And I feel like we would have been in a much worse spot if they just equipped the Thought Knots here and attacked. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, they drew a land. What's this? 2 mana. Crack map. Well, that's good for me. I think the perfect draw would be a bauble, because bauble would allow us to put them to 1, and then the Clothis would be lethal. It's not a bauble. Alright, so they go to 3. Clothis is not quite lethal. But they have to be able to play something and equip it, right? Which I guess they could do if they have a Matter Reshaper or a Thought-Knot Seer. They can't do that with Smasher, though. Bolt's also lethal. Draw Bolt. How many of those do we have left? We've only gone through 1, right? Yeah, Bolt's lethal. Heat is probably lethal. Oh, you know what I should have done? I was going to say I should have left a card in my hand, but actually, no, that doesn't matter, because if they play Smasher, they're just dead on board. Because the Clothis puts them to 1, because they can't equip. They can't play Smasher and equip the Collar. So the Clothis puts them to 1, and then, yeah, so that's good. This looks like Ballista. Okay. So they get to go block shoot. Yeah, equip there. We Clothis them to 1, and then they can block shoot and go back up to 2. Still dead to Bolt. Dead to Heat now, too, actually. Not dead to Channeler. Alright, so they go to 1. We attack. Force the block shoot. This has been a really interesting game. Yeah, so they block shoot, go to 2, we play Channeler. The Channeler's also now lethal, which is pretty good. But now if they have a follow-up Smasher, it's pretty bad for us. If they have land plus Smasher, because then they can just immediately equip it. I guess we would almost have lethal, right? Because we are showing 6 right now, because we have 3, 4, 5, 6. So if they go land, Smasher, equip, they gain 5, go to 7, and we need to just draw a Bolt or an Artifact. Because even a Bauble would be lethal at that point, because it would just pump the Construct, and that'd be 7 damage. Yeah, looks like they have Smasher, and they're forced to attack. Because if they don't attack, they just lose the Channeler. So this is a forced attack. So now Bauble kills them, Bolt kills them, Soul Guide kills them, Shadow Spear kills them. No blocks. Saga does not kill them. Alright, so they go to 5. We have 4 damage. They go to 1. Alright, your turn. What a wild game. Now they can go to 6, but we have 6. And if they attack... Wow, this game has been crazy. This game has been crazy. Yep, they have to attack. So I go to 7, they go to 6. And they're down 2 ballistas. I don't know how many ballistas they usually play. At least in the main deck. Obviously, they have one on their sideboard for Karn, but... If they have Karn here, they can go Karn with 2 mana left over. Which... I don't know what they could get if they did that, but... I mean, we have lethal showing. I assume they have something to prevent that, but... Because the Construct is the 6 point of damage. 3 from the Channeler, 2 from the Clothis, 1 from the Construct. Let's see what they got. There's the Karn. So I guess Ballista is probably a forced play. Just to kill the Construct and go to 1. I don't know that there's anything better in their sideboard they can get. It's gotta just be Ballista, right? A Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, because it turns off the Channeler. Okay, sure. Sure. So that gives us 4 damage. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Bobble is still lethal, though, because we have a construct off of the Saga, plus Bobble would be an additional 2 points, which would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Bobble is lethal. Channeler not lethal. God, this game is crazy. Oh, man. You know what I just realized? Oh, I'm so dumb. I should not have been exiling these ballistas. I already exiled one, but they can actually get a ballista from here. Yeah, I should not have exiled these ballistas. So that was bad. Yeah, that was bad. Because they can actually get this ballista from exile. Didn't think about that. So I only have 3 damage here, which means I think I just have to attack Karn. So let's go... Yeah, let's attack everything at Karn. Because I can't let them minus for a ballista. And I have to send both at Karn. Oh. Why did they concede? Wait, what? What am I missing? I don't know why they conceded. They weren't dead. Well, also, like, even if I attack them, they just pop the lantern. Yeah, they're not dead. This thing goes to a 1-1. I make a thing, it's only 3 damage. Okay, that was kind of weird. I don't know why they conceded. I think I was actually going to lose that game. Okay, that was a weird ending to that game. That game was super interesting. Kind of wish they hadn't conceded, but... Unless I'm just dumb. Let me know in the comment section below if I'm missing something, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't dead. Or pretty sure they weren't dead. I don't know. Alright, so what are we thinking here? I don't think Fury is that good against them. Kind of off Bone Crusher Giant. I want all my disenchants. I kind of don't even think Clothis is that good in an average game. Bolt is also kind of medium. Maybe Wrenn and 6 can be shaved. 2 Moon, 4 Channeler, 2 Bolt, this. We don't need the Soul Guide. The Soul Guide can go. I like the Shadow Spear, I like the Needle. Grudge, Goyf, Wrenn. Yep. So I got room for 1 card. It's probably just going to be a Fury. Just to be able to tutor for Fury and if I need to kill Thought-Knot Seer. That was a weird game. And I unless I'm missing something, I'm pretty sure they weren't dead. That was just a weird game. I mean, it was a good game up until that point. There was a lot of back and forth. But, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm not complaining, but, you know. This hand's awesome. Hand is dope. They got a Tawa. Definitely going to lead on Ragavan. Definitely leading on Ragavan. Alright, Ragavan, go. What you got? Looks like they got the Dismember. Which member? Ooh. No Dismember to be had. Unless they elected not to cast it. Because maybe they have the Reshaper. Ooh, they got the Reshaper. This is awkward because I can't go Channeler plus Heat. I mean, I can Heat first and then play the Channeler post-combat. Which I am going to do. Actually, probably just going to play Goyf now. They revealed the Dismember. That's funny. That's funny. They got a Karn. Unfortunately, can't cast that. So, I think I'm going to go Saga Goyf. Yeah, let's go Saga and Goyf. So then they go land, Thought-Knot Seer. Probably have to take Fury. And then we're probably just going to make a Construct. Maybe that Heat was too aggressive. Maybe I'm supposed to just play Saga, play Goyf, and pass. I don't know, I kind of liked it. It is a tad aggressive. Like, there is definitely some consideration to saving the Heat, because I'm not that far off Delirium with the Saga. So saving the Heat for Thought-Knot Seer might be a little more appealing, but... And now they have the Dismember. I'm gonna kill Goyf or Ragavan. I guess they're gonna kill Goyf and play another Matter Reshaper. That's probably what's happening. Yep. Yeah, see, this is why this line was super aggressive, but... So I'm on creature, instant, land. This is going to be turned on next turn, so I'm just going to do this and pass. And then we can... The Traverse is going to be on Delirium next turn, because the enchantment's going to go to the graveyard. So we can make a Saga token here, untap, maybe float mana, Traverse, maybe get a Goyf? We'll see. See what they do. Can also potentially get Foundation Breaker if they play an Urza Saga. The Fury's in our hand, so we're not going to get that. This looks like a Thought-Knot Seer, which is kind of unfortunate that we drew the Fury, because that would be the card that I would want to Traverse for, and it's the card they're going to take. So it's unfortunate that I just drew the Fury, but... Them's the breaks. Them is the breaks. I mean, they're not going to take Traverse, right? I assume they take Fury. Like, even if you assume I have a second copy of Traverse, I still think it's better to take Fury. Yeah. And, unfortunately, I only kept in one Fury, so I can't actually get another one. So maybe that was a reason to keep in the second one. Alright, they got a map. They got a map. Make a thing. Alright, Mishra's Bauble. What's my plan? My plan... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think it involves making a construct, though. Or maybe it does. We drew the Bauble, so I can go make a construct, get an artifact, play a Bauble, attack for 4. Maybe that's actually better, and then I could just Traverse next turn. Yeah, I think this is okay. So let's make a construct. Let's get... We probably want to get Needle, actually. Just name the map. So they can't get... Tron for Karn. Yeah, let's just Needle the map. And then we'll go cast a Bauble and attack for 4. And they could chump block with the Reshaper, which they might do, but I'm okay with that. Oh, I thought I clicked on attack. Well, that's awkward. I definitely did click on attack, but... Urza's Power Plant, okay. Alright, well, naming the map was bad anyways. So they should be at 10, although if they have Tron, I'm probably dead anyways, so... Probably didn't matter. Probably did not matter. 2 mana. Chalice of the Void. Okay. Chalice of the Void resolves. And... Drumroll, Ballista. Looks like Ballista. Now I can't Traverse. And now my stuff's dead. It's not good. It's not good. No blocks. Alright, draw a card off Bauble. Does that get me anywhere? I mean, I just don't think I can beat the Ballista one now that they have Tron. I'm just going to go to game 3, I think. Yeah, it's just going to be a lot to fight through. They're going to put... They have 3, 6, 7, 8. They have 10 mana. They can put 2 more counters on this, make it a 6/6. Kill this, kill this. Then I have a 1/1 left over. I can't cast any of these 3 cards. Yeah, I'm just... Okay, we're just going to go to game 3. We will go to game 3. And I think I still like most of how I sideboarded, so yeah, let's run it back. Alright, we're back here for game number 3. see if we can defeat the Eldrazi-tron Menace. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to slam Ragavan. I'm going to cycle both baubles to try and hit my second land drop, but I'm definitely going to play Ragavan on one. It's just highest upside. I don't know how many Dismembers they play, but it's probably not the full 4 copies. There is something to be said about saving the baubles for the Channeler next turn, but I think I'd rather just hit my land on curve. Alright, they have a Karn on top. We got a mine and a map. Alright, what's your next card? Soul Guide Lantern. Alright, we're going to exile that. And I guess we'll cast it? I don't know. Do I even want to cast it? Alright, attack with Ragavan. I got the Lantern. So what's the quickest way that we can get to Traverse for Magus? So let's play land. I think I just want to play the Channeler and not bother playing the Goyf this turn. And then we have Artifact, Land, Instant. And then if we find a 4th type, we can do that. So let's go cast the Bauble. That's Planeswalker. So now we can go... I think I don't want to sack the treasure, because it's better if I brick on land. So let's see what they're drawing. They have a Thought-Knot Seer. I guess the other alternative is just cast Tarmogoyf. Just let them Tron me and then hope to draw land. Yeah, what if we just did that instead? Just bolt them EOT. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do that. I think I want to guarantee that I can Magus next turn. They definitely don't have Dismember because they would have already killed the Ragavan. Alright, there's a land. So now we can end step, cast Bolt, put the 4th type in the graveyard. Now we have land 4 rolled up for Traverse. So yeah, this is I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I mean, they can get a waste, but and they have a Karn and a Thought-Knot Seer. Bolt ya. Bolt to put the 4th type in the graveyard. Let's bin that because we're going to get Magus. Yeah, let's bin that. Then we'll go attack with both. They go to 10. Go to 10. We hit them with Ragavan. And Urza's mine. Let's go Forest, Traverse. This Surveil doesn't matter because we're searching, but let's get the Magus. I just wanted to see if there's anything better than Magus. I don't think there is. Foundation Breaker, no. Fury, no. Okay, yeah, Magus. Alright. Your turn. Magus with 7 power in play. We even have a Goyf as a backup if they kill the Magus. So I think this is just okay. They're going to sack this, I guess, probably get Waste. And again, we know they don't have Dismember because they didn't kill the Ragavan on turn 1. And then we knew they drew Thought-Knot Seer after the fact, so I think this is okay. I think this is okay. So their hand is right now is Waste, Thought-Knot Seer, Karn. Alright, they had the tower. I guess they could have drawn Dismember this turn. Is this a Chalice? A Ballista. Okay. So they definitely don't have it, because they would have went Dismember and then played this for 2. So that's good. I mean, next turn they can go land, put a counter, and then kill the Magus, but I think they're going to be too far behind at that point. Because we can even just go Wrenn, ping this, and then also play the Tarmogoyf. They kill this, they take 5, go to 5, then we play Goyf. Yeah, and that's actually better than playing the Heat, because Heat can kill Thought-Knots here if they cast it. But this game should be over, I think. Ping this. They're gonna kill the Ragavan, and they take 5. We play Goyf. Alright, Ragavan's dead. Play Goyf. Attack for 5. They go to 5. Their hand is Karn, Thought-Knot, Seer, Waste, and 3 unknowns. I guess if they have Spatial Contortion, they can go Waste, tap Mine, kill the Magus, have 5 mana left over, Karn plus something for 1. I don't think they have anything for 1 that they can do. I mean, their only out would be play Waste, tap Waste, Dismember, go to 1, and then play All Is Dust, but they didn't have that, so that was, we're going to do some editing on that one, but that was a sweet match. Still don't really know what happened game 1. And then, yeah, game 3 was kind of just a runaway. So, 3-0. Hope you enjoyed the games. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 4. All right, everybody. We are here for round number 3. What do we got? We got a Bolt, a Channeler, and some spells. I'm going to keep it. Opponent did not reveal a companion. Worth noting. I got a Misty Rainforest. This looks like it's Is It? Alright. Let's see who is the superior Delirium deck. So, I could play Channeler with the intention of Wrenn and 6ing the Ragavan, but I feel like I feel like that's just kind of a risky proposition, where if they just say kill the Channeler, attack, hold up counterspell, they counter the Wrenn and 6, and then I'm just falling way too far behind, so I think it's better to just kill the Ragavan, and then if they have a follow-up creature, I can go Wrenn and 6, kill that. Or at least that's the theory. So they bobble themselves. And I have to imagine they're going to counter this Wrenn and 6, but I still think I'm going to jam it. Still think it is worth jamming. Well, I don't counter it. Okay. I'll take that. Get a Foothills, pass the turn. So now they're not going to play any 1 toughness creatures. The good thing about this is they don't have any spells in the graveyard for Murktide Regent. And they're only on creature, artifact, land. So they're only on 3 types for Unholy Heat. So let's get back the Misty. I think what I'm going to do is play Misty, crack for a basic forest, and dash Ragavan. Which I assume they're going to kill. Dashing also better against Archmage's Charm, because if I just cast it, they can steal it. Whereas if I dash it, they can't steal it. They just have to kill it. Okay, it's fine. Play a Channeler. Pass the turn. Now this is getting countered. I wonder if they had the counterspell and just chose not to counter Wrenn. Because now they have instant creature, artifact, land, which is 4 types. So they can heat the Wrenn, but then we can traverse for, I don't know, maybe a Goyf, maybe a Pyromancer. We got some lines open. Lines open up to us with traverse. They're just going to draw 2. Okay. We could also just traverse for an endurance. Actually, that's probably my best line. Traversing for endurance, because it cuts them off of, what you call it? I gotta get a green source. Yeah, because it cuts them off of Murktide Regent. So let's go plus on the Foothills. Cast Traverse. Oh, I didn't sack the bauble. Crap. For some reason, I thought that the Wrenn and 6 was dying, so I should have done this first. They have a Thought Scour on top. Yeah, this was bad, because now I have to traverse and then pitch the traverse to cast the endurance. Okay, well, I messed this one up pretty badly. Because Because I should have a Traverse in my hand and an Endurance in play. I just... Like, I had my brain was dead set on them having Unholy Heat for the Wrenn 6, but they just didn't kill it, you know? So that was bad. That was really bad. So that was a bit of a mishap. One of those brain farts. Alright, they got a Thought Scour. So they have sorcery, or excuse me, instant artifact. And I had the 4th type with the bauble, I just needed to play the bauble first. I'm sure people are screaming at me in the comments. Why didn't you play the bauble first? Yeah, I forgot. I get it. Alright, Dash Ragavan. Where's that going? Me or the Wrenn? It's going at me. Alright, take it. 10. And they hit a heat, but they only have artifact, instant, land. So they don't necessarily have a 4th type. Channeler, uh-oh. Because this can hit a 4th type. Well, that would be a disaster. If they hit a 4th type. Yeah, that would be an absolute disaster. Oh, no. Okay, well, yeah. I screwed this one up pretty well. Definitely screwed that one up really well. Good thing we can kill this at least, but yeah, that was... Wow, that was bad. That was bad, because I would have had an Endurance in play to block the Ragavan, and now they probably just have Murktide, which is a 5/5. I mean, I get to attack past it with the Fury, so it's not the end of the world, but it would have been a heck of a lot better if I had a 3/4 in play, and still had a Traverse in my hand. So yeah, this was definitely a game I would have won if I just cast the bauble first. But, you know, just a little bit of a brain fart there. Alright, got a bauble. Mm-hmm. Okay. No bolt. Or at least no bolt yet. Alright, sack this, draw card. Okay. It's not a spell. Attack for 6. I assume this is dying? No, it's not dying. Alright, so they go to 7. Yeah, we're still maybe in it. Seems like they don't have a regent. And now we can get a soul guide off of the Saga. So maybe this is okay. So we go to 7. Yeah, go to 7, that's fine. Okay. They don't have a regent. It's good. And they're at 7. We can go make a Saga, get a soul guide. I'm definitely getting soul guide. That was also a very good draw. Okay. Well, I tried to lose this game, and I think we're still in a pretty good spot. Red. This is Unholy Heat. Alright. I think I'm still going to get the Soul Guide, because it cuts them off of Delirium, and it also cuts them off of future Murktide regions if they draw it. Alright, so the Fury's dead. I guess if I go for Shadow Spear, it's technically lethal, but I think the Soul Guide's just a lot safer. Alright, so let's get the Soul Guide. Let's cut them off of a type. Or we can't cut them off a type, but go to attacks, attack for 3. And I think I'm going to upkeep sack the Lantern. What's this? They're gaining control of the construct. Okay. With that resolve, then I'm going to Lantern them. Play the Saga. And I think I'm just going to kill this now. I probably should have killed it before cracking the Lantern. I thought I wasn't going to cast the Bolt, but I think it makes sense to. But yeah, I should have killed the channeler before sacking the lantern. I thought I wanted to save it, but I ended up changing my mind. Alright, heat's fine. They have the Ragavan. Yeah. 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 It's a tough game. Just that one turn. That one turn with the Traverse. Spiraled out of control. Alright, I mean, Clothis is not a bad draw, but I don't know if it's going to get us out of it. Alright, Clothis, hold up Saga. You can't even trade for their construct, because they have a 2-2 with the treasure. So I have to make a construct, trade for the Ragavan, go to 2, and then probably die to Bolt. Assume they have Bolt. Yeah, I'm just dead to any removal spell. I'm actually just dead to Heat, too. Ah, man. It's a game I definitely should have won. But, oh well, shake it off. Mistakes happen, you know? Not everybody's perfect. Alright, I'm dead. Game number 2 against Blue-Red. Explosives, good. Endurance, good. Run afoul, good. I think none of these are that good. Maybe Fury, but... What are we cutting against Blue-Red? Opponent is disconnected. Lovely. I don't know. All my cards seem pretty good. I don't really know what's bad against them. Maybe just do some trimming. Maybe like trim a Wrenn, trim a Traverse. Like, I really just don't know. I think I want all the Goyfs. Maybe Bone Crusher Giant's not great. Oh, still pretty good against Ragavan. Maybe Fury 2 for wanting myself is not where I want to be. And... Pyrite Spellbomb. The problem with Pyrite Spellbomb is they can get their Dragon's Rage Channeler outside of 2 toughness range pretty quickly. So maybe I just do something like this? Keep my deck a little bit more lean. Yeah, let's try this. Back here for game number 2. Let's see if we can shake off the mistake we made game 1. This hand's really good. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to lead on Ragavan, but I'm not going to play the Bauble because I have a second land rolled up for the for turn number 2, so I don't need to cycle. One of those spots where you, if you have a second land and a good turn 2 already lined up, you don't need to cycle the Bauble, and I'd rather save it for a Surveil trigger. So I'm just going to lead on Ragavan. Alright, see what they got. I assume it's dying. Alright, Spiral Bluff Canal. Let's go to attacks. Ragavan's dead. Yep, dead. Think I'm going to... I want to fetch first. Let's not fetch first. Let's just top that. Bobble the main phase. Pass. Draw that. And then If they go for a Ragavan, we can just end step bolt it, but still also draw the Channeler. That's why I wanted to do it that way. Let's see what this is. This is probably Channeler plus Bolt. Yeah, Channeler plus Bolt is fine. I'm just going to bolt it now. I'm going to bolt it now, make them use their Bolt. I mean, we know they have Bolt, but might as well just make this exchange, because we know it's going to happen. They probably should have killed my thing in response to my fetch. But, yeah. I kind of just want lands for the Pyromancer. Alright, they're going to cast their Bolt. Yep. Channeler down. Okay. Now we can go Channeler with Bolt up. They have three... Oh, they have 4 types, yeah. Okay. What am I traversing for? I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to play Channel... I can traverse for a Saga, so let's just go Channeler, traverse for Saga. I guess I lose the Surveil, but... Yeah, I like this a lot. Oh, can't cast Bolt. Alright, pass the turn. We have a Saga and a Channeler. I guess this is worse if they have Murktide Regent. But if they have Murktide, we can at least attack and then bolt it after they block, right? 1, 2... It's only going to be... I guess they have 3, so it's going to be a 6/6. Right? Unholy Heat, Bolt, Serum Visions. So then we attack into it. Hopefully we draw land. What's this? Blue-red. A Braid. You got it. Land go. Just gonna Saga. Alright, they're gonna tap land. Untap. Make some more stuff. Let's get a Lantern. I'm just gonna exile their graveyard now, I think. After I attack, obviously. But I just don't want them to cast a Murktide Regent. Sack this, play this, pass the turn. And we get a lot going on, and they can't cast Murktide now. So, I don't hate our spot. I don't hate our spot. Guess they could have like a Shattering Spree or something, I'm not sure. Fetch. Fetch and... What's this? Heat the Construct, sure. Heat the Construct is fine. Jace the Mind Sculptor. They're going to bounce the Construct. Are they going to plus? Are they going to minus? They're going to brainstorm. Jace the Mind Sculptor, huh? If they plus, we can just go... Yeah, that's fine. Because I was going to say, if they plus, we can just go end step bolt, untap, attack it, make a construct, because this would be a 2/2 plus the 3 from the bolt. But now I can just go end step bolt the Jace. Untap, Saga, make a thing main phase, attack for 2. I think I want to save the explosives. Maybe it was better to play it there. I wanted them to not know that I had it, but I do get another damage. So maybe it was worth it to play it there for x equals 1. Because I'm likely going to play it for 1 anyways. And I get the extra damage that turn. Which might have been a little bit better. It's worse if they have their own, because they can just do it for 0 and then kill mine. So maybe it ends up being worse, I'm not sure. But I'll just keep chugging along here. Now I'll probably get the Shadow Spear, cast Bauble... And I'm going to play this for x equals 1 just to get the extra damage. Because I do want to play it for 1 anyways. I mean, it's worse with the Shadow Spear, but I think this is okay. What's this? Counterspell? 2 mana. Counterspell resolves. Attack you for lethal. I guess they're going to steal a construct. That's probably what's happening. Maybe steal this one chump block, take 4. They're down to 1 card, though. Petty theft. Okay, it's fine. So take 4? Do I sack the bauble? No, I think I wait, because it means that they can't cast Lightning Bolt on the constructs. That's why I don't want to sack the bauble. This is Iteration, probably. I guess it could be a 5/5 Murktide. How many baubles do we have left? Alright, 5/5 Murktide it is. And tap lands, they have 0 cards. I'm definitely not going to sack the bauble, because you might be able to force them into a chump block situation. You know what I could do? I could just equip here, just wait on the Pyromancer, and then force a trade. Because if I cast Pyromancer, I don't necessarily have the ability to attack. Whereas this way, like, they can either take 5 and go to 1, or they trade and lose their only threat, so I think I'm okay with the trade. And then I can just post-combat move it back on the other one. And I think I like that better than... Same thing, still not going to sack the bauble, because I don't want to turn on Bolt. They only have 3 types, so they can't heat it either. So they can't actually kill this unless they have a bounce spell. They can have a Charm. Charm would be annoying, but... Ooh. What am I traversing for? I guess probably a Tarmogoyf? Let's attack first. So they go to 2. Let's cast Traverse, see if they... Maybe they drew a counterspell. I guess we can just get Klothys. Yeah, Klothys is probably better. Alright, they're at 2, we have a Klothys. I guess they might still have a counterspell, because they probably would have rather countered what I get than the Traverse itself, but it does not look like they have a counterspell. Alright, I think we got him. I think we're about to go to game 3. Okay, so shake off the mistake from game 1, rebounded pretty nicely. I think I like the way I sideboarded. Again, a lot of it's kind of random, with just cutting some random 1-ofs and trimming, but like a lot of the cards, even some of the cards that we're cutting are good, but we don't have a lot of bad cards in our deck, right? Like maybe Wrenn 6 on the draw is too slow, but some of the games do go pretty long, so I think it's worth having access to. Same with Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe there's an argument for cutting Goyf, because Goyf is not great against Unholy Heat, but I still think you need to have some amount of like threats that are good against Lightning Bolt, because then otherwise your deck is all just DRCs and Ragavans. So I think this makes sense. Alright, we're back here for game number 3. I got a Bolt and a Ragavan, so I'm going to keep it. We have a Ragavan, and we have an answer to their Ragavan. Can't really ask for much more than that, and then some 2-drops. It's pretty much all you could ask for. I mean, I guess I could ask for a fetch land with the Wrenn 6, but them getting a tap land is pretty good for us. I think it might have been worth it for them to shock there, because if they draw a removal spell off of the bauble after they shuffle, they really want to cast it on curve. Okay, that's fine. So I can play a 4/5 Goyf, which I think I'm going to do. Fetch land would have been nice for Wrenn 6, but... So they're on Artifact Land Instant, which means they're not quite there on Heat. That was a really good draw. I guess they probably have Counterspell. Maybe I should have played the Wrenn 6 first, because I kind of want to bait... Well, actually, what if I just played Pyromancer? What if I just played Pyromancer? But I should have played Pyromancer first. Because, if they have Counterspell, then this gets countered anyways. But if they don't counter it, I can discard Wrenn 6. I didn't want to jam the Goyf into Counterspell there, because I think Goyf is a threat that I'd rather protect. I think that was bad, though. I'm supposed to play Goyf there. Not sure. Because, like, now I'm probably just going to Saga them. Okay. Land's not too bad. Yeah, let's just Saga them. I don't want to play into their counter magic. It seems like they have a counter spell. They could also borrow the Goyf, I guess, but yeah. It's a little annoying. Kind of a nice little time walk from them. But if they ever tap out, then we get to do some good stuff there. Okay, that's not too bad. So I can fetch EOT, get a basic mountain, bolt this, and then make a Saga token. Bolt this first so that if they have a removal spell for the Saga token, they don't get a Surveil trigger. And now they can't cast Counterspell. We can just play 2 Goyfs. Worse if they have explosives, but I think I am down to just play 2 Goyfs here. Get a Lantern, so I can shut them off of Delirium. Let's go play a Goyf. Just because I have the mana floating. And attack for 2. See what they do. And then we'll just play another Goyf. I guess this is dying. Holy heat. Okay. Question is, do I sack the Lantern now to keep them off of Regent? Yeah, I think so. It makes my Goyfs a little bit smaller. Oh, no, it doesn't, because I get the artifact, right. Okay. So it doesn't even make my Goyf smaller. Yeah, that was good. Because they could double bolt a Goyf now, but whatever. That's fine. I want to try and keep them off Murktide. Just kind of apply max pressure. They're off it. Okay, well, that was a very good... That was a good match for a couple of reasons. One, I punted really badly in game 1, and I threw a game that I probably shouldn't have lost otherwise. And that was a good example of just rebounding, you know, just kind of shaking it off. And I mean, obviously our opponent got mana screwed game 3, but, you know, just a good example of rebounding, not letting the tilt get to you, and just kind of, you know, refocusing. And yeah, so we got the match 4-0. This deck is awesome. Let's see if we can get a trophy. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 5. Alrighty, YouTube, we are here for the 5th and final round. 4-0 currently playing for the trophy. Let's see what we got. Alright. This hand doesn't really do all that much, but we have Bauble to take a peek. And we got Heat if they have an early creature. Yeah. Okay, I think this hand's... I don't know. I don't know if I like this hand that much, but... Let's see what they're up against. I think what I'm going to do is Bauble them first to get more information on what I want to Bauble. Alright, so they're playing Amulet. So let's Bauble ourselves. And we have a Traverse. Do I want to draw Traverse? Artifact, land... Nah, not really. I don't want to draw Traverse. So let's get a... untapped land, just in case they have, like, Sakura Tribe Scout that I want to Unholy Heat on turn 1. I don't know how likely Sakura Tribe Scout is these days, but I think it's fine to do it untapped. Alright, they have a Saga. Saga pass. Okay, let's play a Bauble. Let's play our own Saga. See what they got. They have a Sanctuary on top. I kind of want to just cast the Ragavan, because I don't want to be committed to recasting it again next turn. So I think I like this better. I'm just trying to get to Unholy Heat. I'm trying to get to 4 types. Because Unholy Heat kills Primeval Titan once we get there. But we do have to get there, unfortunately. Alright, they have a Fountain. Okay. So we're on Artifact Land right now. Alright, let's attack first. Explore. How do we get to 4 types? So I can Endurance Pitch Traverse, target them with Endurance to get a creature. Then we're on Creature, Artifact, Land. And then I guess I could also double Heat. So Heat something to get the 4th type, and then also... yeah. I can also cast Explore. I don't think I want to make a Saga token here. Let's cast Explore. So there's a Catacombs. Well, actually, now I could just Traverse What if I Endurance Pitch Goif and then cast Traverse? So Endurance Pitch Goif. Well, I can just cast Traverse now, right? Just get a Stomping Ground, Traverse, then I have Sorcery, Artifact, Land, and then Endurance Pitch Goif is the fourth type, then I can heat a Titan if they go for it. Okay. I think that makes the most sense to me. So let's cast Traverse, get a basic, play a land, pass. And then Endurance is the fourth type. Endurance, Pitch, Goif, and then we have double heat for 2 Titans. Okay, I like this, I think. There's an amulet. Okay. So this is Dryad. Yeah. And then replay the fountain. Sure. Still know they have an Explorer, right? So now I can just kill the Dryad now. Because I think I want to do that anyways. Oh, I forgot to cast the Endurance again. Well, this actually isn't that bad, right? Because now I can just Spellbomb it. Yeah, this actually works out. And now I have 4 types for the next heat. So even though I think it was correct to maybe play Endurance first, it ended up not being that bad. I need to stop playing so fast. Okay, so what are we going to get? Shadow Spear, Lantern, or a Bauble? Because our Spellbomb's already gone. I think I'm just gonna float mana and get a Bauble. I guess the Shadow Spear. Yeah, no, let's get a Bauble. Bauble you. I got a Titan on top. Alright, so cast Goif with the mana floating. Attack with Ragavan. Exile the Titan. And then probably just pass. Yeah. And then we can maybe end step hardcast Endurance if they don't go for a Titan. Another Goif. That's not too bad. Okay, they have a Harvest. And Explore. Okay. Yeah, get a Sanctuary. It's 4 mana. This is Explore, sure. And I guess if they have... No, they only have 4 mana, right? Another Amulet. So now Bounce Land is 5 mana? Okay. Stronghold, yeah. So now we can EOT the Endurance, just to get more pressure in play. I'm just going to choose nobody. This is 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Alright, attack for 11. Go to 9. Oh, can't cast that. Well, I could, but... I think I'm actually going to choose to not play the Yavimaya. Because I think giving them access to potentially more green mana might be bad. And I don't really see a reason to play the Yavimaya. But, I don't know. I feel like if they have Titan, they can probably put 2 of them into play. So I don't know if I love our spot here. I feel like we're probably going to lose this turn. Unless they just don't have a Titan, but... And the only thing I think I could have done differently was pitch cast the Endurance the turn I cast Heat, which would have saved me. I would have been up a Pirate Spellbomb, but I don't know that that would have necessarily changed the outcome all that much, even if I had an extra Spellbomb. Four mana. So tap Sanctuary, get Titan. Yep. I feel like unless they mess this up pretty badly, we should be dead. They got a Dryad. Okay. Let's see what they got. This is 9 mana. Okay. With the Titan Resolve. So I guess they're gonna get what? Teleria West Valakut? They got West Bounce Land. Okay. Let all this happen. I mean, I assume we're dead, but see if they mess up somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was a way I could have put a second Tarmogoyf into play earlier and potentially got more pressure. Not really sure. Okay. Pact resolves. We got Titan. Titan resolves. So I guess now they get Valakut Garrison? And they can give their Titan double strike. Because I have to kill the Dryad if they get Valakut Garrison. Getting Vesuva. Okay. Well, I think if they don't have the double strike land for some reason or it's in their hand, I think I can win this game. Not sure. I mean, again, I'll let them do their stuff. All right, so that has haste. Yep. So they pick that up. Let them go to combat. Yeah, let's let them attack. Let them trigger. So now they can get like Valakut plus double strike land. There's 2 Valakuts. So now we kill the Dryad. And now they have to show us the double strike land. Alright, target Dryad. So now if they have double strike land, because right now it's 16 power minus 7 toughness. So if they have the double strike land, they can. I think they can get both of them double strike, right? Because they get white source. Well, actually, do they have enough to give them both double strike? Because they have this in hand and the Vesuva's in or this in play and the Vesuva's in hand. So they can't get Garrison. I don't think they have a second Vesuva. Do we lose if they only give one of them double strike? Because it's 8, 16, 24 minus 7 would be... Yeah, it would still be 17, right? So even if they can only give one double strike, we're still dead. Yeah. But maybe the double strike lands in their hand? I don't know. Maybe, just maybe. Okay. Well... Okay, no double strike land. So we're not dead. We do have to block. So that it's a trade. But now they have 2 pacts to pay for. I'm at 5. Okay. How about another Tarmogoyf? I don't know if that's good enough. Alright, well, I guess we're attacking. Much else I can do. They have to chump block the Goyf. And they take 5. Because I think they only have 1 Titan left. Might as well just cast this as an extra blocker. So they have 2 packs to pay for, because there's a Titan here and there's 2 in the graveyard. But I guess they can just Titan Dryad here, right? 2, 4, Yeah, they can just... Yeah, they can just do that and then pact for Dryad. Yeah. Well, we did survive. I didn't think we were even going to survive, so at least we got that far. I have to go back and watch this game. I feel like there was something I messed up along the way. I mean, obviously the turn that I cast the first Unholy Heat, my intention was to pitch cast the Endurance first. It actually ended up working out a little bit better for me that I didn't, because I ended up casting the Endurance and then getting some pressure with it. But all right, I'm not gonna make them go through it anymore. All right, game number 2. All right, Alpine Moon, maybe Grudge, definitely Magus. Force of Vigor and Foundation Breaker, yes. Needle, maybe. Grudge and Needle are maybes. I think these are all no's. I think Fury is kind of meh. Bone Crusher Giant's medium. Pyromancer, no. Clothis, no. Soul Guide, no. Endurance, no. We're going pretty light on traverse targets. We just have to be very, very aggressive. Do I want Grudge and or Needle? Maybe I want both. Just cut the Shadow Spear. I don't think I'm ever going to need the Shadow Spear. Let's do this. Alright, let's go. Game numero dos. Well, I really hope they don't play a Arboreal Grazer, but I think I have to keep this hand. Ragavan on the play against Titan is really, really good. Now, again, this hand's pretty risky. I mean, worst case scenario, if they have the O3, we can just go Traverse for a Mountain, play Channeler. So it's like, we still have some play if they have the O3. It's not the end of the world for us, but obviously we would prefer them to not have it. All right, opponent mulls to 6. You got a Ragavan. No Grazer, no Grazer, no Grazer, no Grazer. Dismember? Looks like they have Dismember. Yeah, it also sucks. Yeah, so let's go Traverse for a Mountain. Play Mountain, play Channeler, play Bauble. Definitely don't want another Goyf. Alright, well we have turn 2 Delirium, and we have Channeler plus Heat, so, I mean, we're doing okay. You know, I can't complain about our spot. Land would be nice. Not a land. Do I play Goyf or do I play Channeler? I think I just play Goyf. It's way more pressure. Also, better if they have Explosives, which is a card they certainly could have. But man, this deck does a pretty good job at getting Delirium fast and applying a lot of pressure with Goyf and Channeler. So, looks like they probably have Dryad. They revealed Pact off the Bauble. Okay, they have the Explosives for 1. That's fine. That's why I didn't play the second Channeler. That probably going to be a good draw. So let's attack for 5. And then let's go Channeler, hold up Heat. Yeah, I want to hold up Heat. Could have played Spellbomb there, but I think I like holding up Heat better. We have another Explosives for 1. Alright, I'm going to bolt them in response, because I want to find a land for Magus. Yeah, I just want to try and find a land here. Just now they're at 9. Land, please? It's kind of like a land. It does allow us to, so let's attack first. It does allow us to hold up Unholy Heat, so that might still be good enough. Because now I can just hold up Heat for Titan. And they're at 4. So if they play a Titan this turn, we can just kill it and slam a Magus. Oh, well, they're also just dead to the Gwaith if they do that, so... I think we're doing okay here. I think it would be really nice to win this game without showing the Magus. Because them maybe not knowing that we have it might make them play a little bit differently. Azusa. Okay. Azusa is acceptable. Okay, go to 6. Yeah. And they're on 6. So fetch, get a mountain. Heat this. That's just lethal, right? Heat this, attack for 5, Wrenn. Okay. Game number 3. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Fast curve. Have them, I mean, they didn't even necessarily stumble a little bit, but fast curve. Fast delirium. Let's do it. All the marbles. This hand has no lands. I'm going to ship it. They kept 7 pretty quickly, which does not bode well for us. This hand I'm not in love with, but I think I probably have to keep it. It's not great, but... Valakut pass. Okay. That's a way to maybe get out of this. Let's go... let's just play the Mesa. Pass. I don't want to play Needle quite yet. I don't even know what I want to Needle. I guess probably Explosives? It's either... usually it's Explosives or the Hasteland, Slayer Stronghold. Those are usually the 2 common names. Sometimes there's a Saga, but... Alright, you got an Amulet. And a Castle. And another Amulet. Uh-oh. Well, that probably means we're dead. Urza Saga. With the Magus in my hand, I don't really think that's the land I want. Grudge. So my plan is to just grudge this and hope that they can't Titan me? Yeah. And then slam Magus next turn. I got nothing else to do. I could have played Goyf, but if I play Goyf, I'm almost 100% dead. So. Explore. Okay. That's possibly beatable. We also have to hope they don't have Dismember. And we also don't have green mana. So, I kind of also really hope I draw a fetch land that gets a basic forest, or just the basic forest. Okay, Azusa is fine. How about an Alpine Moon? Kind of not a combo, because it gives them green mana. I could bolt the Azusa. Actually, what if I grudge the Amulet and play a Goyf? Is that good? If I grudge the Amulet and play a Goyf, I mean, they just need a green source of mana, right? What land did they pick up last turn? I'm just curious. I want to take a look. Azusa, they returned Valakut, but then they played Valakut. So we don't know any of the cards in their hand, right? Yeah, okay. Interesting spot. So my options are, I guess I could also go Grudge, Amulet, Bolt Azusa, but then they still get to Titan me if they have a basic. Or just any untapped green source. Which, yeah. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. I think I'm just going to slam Magus and just kind of hope that they don't draw a Dismember. But this line is also really bad if they just have Dismember, and then, you know, they can probably just kill me. Because they just Dismember this, and then... Okay. They may or may not have Dismember. I will... I guess Bolt Azusa. Attack. And then... play a... I guess a Needle on... Explosives? Pass. Alright, so this Magus has to go the distance. Again, this was my concern about playing Magus, is we don't have green mana, so like I can't play the Goyf to pressure them. So maybe I messed up and I was supposed to just play the Goyf before playing the Magus, but... Because now we just can't do anything. Now we're just sitting here attacking for 2. And they have a lot of time to find the Dismember. Might have also been no reason to cast the Bolt and the Azusa, but... Alright, well there's the Dismember. I can't kill the Amulet in response, so that kind of sucks. So they're gonna get to Titan me. Yeah. Make green. Because I didn't have green to be able to blow up the Amulet in response. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna grudge the Amulet. So I don't want them getting a hasty land. I mean, I guess I could have also named the hasty land with this, but... Yeah. I don't know, would I have won this game if I had played Goyf first? I mean, if they might have just had me rolled up if I had played, like, Goyf plus Grudge. Because they just needed any untapped land. This would have also done it, because their board was these 3 lands. So even if I grudge the Amulet, play Goyf, they just play this, make a green, 1, 2, 3, 4, make 6, play Titan. And then I follow that up with a Magus, which maybe isn't even that good. The other consideration would have been, maybe they don't play around Magus, because they have Pact. Yeah, I don't feel good about this game. Kind of have to name Valakut now, because they can just get Dryad. Amulet, Amulet, Amulet. The bane of my existence. Well, we had a good run. We had a good run. I think we are going to lose this game. Yeah, I think maybe if I had played Goyf plus Grudge, maybe there's a chance they don't play around Magus, and then they cast Summoner's Pact, get some lands, and then I just Magus them and they lose. But if they have the Dismember the whole time, they can also just Magus on or they can Dismember the Magus on their upkeep before the Pact trigger. So it also means that even if they were just holding the Dismember, I probably still would have lost that game. So it's tough. It's really, really tough. Just didn't have enough early pressure like game 2. Yeah, I'm out of here. All right, well, we tried 4-1. Not bad, you know. In the long run, I'll take a 4-1, especially with the first league with the deck. So can't be that upset. And this deck felt pretty good, so I was a big fan. I think if you're looking to maybe try something different other than the standard blue-red Murktide DRC Ragavan decks, this is definitely a good place to start. And Saga plus Wrenn and 6 is pretty good. You get a nice little tutor package with Traverse, and I think there's a lot of room to explore and maybe change some of the numbers around. So yeah, this is a pretty good deck. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you back here in the next one. Peace.